Well, so I thought I'd break down USDCAD. I've had a few requests from this recently, so obviously, it's on point. I've got a crazy cat and dog scrapping in the background. Right, let's have a look at USDCAD and obviously the pros, the cons, everything. Can you not? This cat is nuts. Calm down. Right. Anyway, right, let's rock and roll. So USD CAD. Obviously, what do we need to look at? We need to look at the price of the dollar. If my page is going to load, come on, man. My internet's normally pretty good. Here we go. Right, USD CAD. There we go. Right, so we need to look at the price of oil. To start off with, obviously, why CAD has Canada has the third largest oil storage. So obviously oil is heavily linked. Now this move here is going to strengthen CAD. We got oil trading pretty high, as you can see, starting to climb back because of obviously all the escalation that's going on. We then got the dollar as well. I actually personally feel like the dollar is a bit overextended. I feel like this level is going to hold. I'm going to sneeze. Believe it or not, strange fact, I've got a cat, but I'm actually allergic to cats, so not very good. Anyway, so, we're obviously in two kind of minds here. Someone is telling me that obviously CAD should strengthen, right? But obviously at the same time, we do have to remember that the dollar is at quite a key level of support. So let's have a look on a, monthly. All right, you always want to, whenever you're breaking anything down, whatever paid trading, you want to have some kind of top-down analysis. So we're going to do monthlies in orange, right? You can pretty much clearly see that we got top, middle, top and bottom. Sorry, Daniel, come on. And then we got middle entry here, which is probably about where it is. Let's just have a look, see if we can round any of these numbers up. Potentially 950. Let's have a look at that. I reckon 900 actually. What am I doing? Right, let's go back here. Okay, here we go. Let's go 750. Let's do another one, 750, as that seems to be the theme here. And then let's have a look here, 950. Okay, cool. So we're pretty happy with those here. That's given us, sort of monthly levels within the region here. All right, also monthly wise, we're kind of moving a bit sideways here. USD CAD loves to consolidate. It's probably one of the strongest consolidating pairs. Weeklies, are we happy with these weeklies? I'm pretty happy with that. As an equilibrium, that's pretty good. I'm not too disappointed here. Trend wise on a daily, right, you want to obviously highlight this. We're obviously trending to the downside, as you can clearly see here. So CAD is strengthening up here, but obviously overall you'll probably categorize this probably as that as a lower high and then a lower low. All right, so we got obviously a couple of potentials here. Right, I'd instantly highlight this area here, because if we're going to have a pullback, we're going to pull back somewhere into this area here. If we're going to continue, we need to be realistic here, because obviously USD CAD doesn't move massively. If we look at the range of it, this is a big day for it here, 100 pips, but probably on average we're talking, this is probably an average one here, so we're probably talking about 38, 50 pips, all right? So it's not going to move massive. So this obviously level here is our next kind of key, level here. I'm going to mark, let's use a rectangle as well. I'm going to mark this level here as like another, kind of optimistic level that we could potentially hit. So I'm going to change these around slightly. I'm going to do these because we want to obviously target something that's realistic here. All right, we're going to get rid of this. We've agreed. Obviously, overall trend, you can see the EMA's got the 200 in yellow. We've got the 50 in blue. So let's wait and see here. But obviously, we can see there's a lot of downward pressure here. And now, 8 hours. So our session time frame here. Again, we've got obviously lower low here, potentially coming in and peaking into this level. If we were to draw a line from here to here, have we potentially tapped into this, you know, lower high to make a lower low? All right, so, you know, we need to be aware of that too. That's on an 8 hour. We've had a pretty, I'd say for CAD, probably not a bad active Asia. You know, if we look here, we've got a monthly key level and Asia's struggled to break through it. What I would also mark up here is this level of support, because if we're going to short, then, you know, we're going to want to, you know, see what's going to happen around that area. So 4 hour, you know, engulf this. Let's just have a look here. I'm actually, the more I'm looking at this, I'm liking the move from here down to here. So 2 hourly here. You know, we've obviously got we've got a lot of support here. You know, if we look how much price can consolidate it in this area here. All right, you know, if we're going to favor the downside, we need these floors broken. All right, so we're going to look for potentially something like this happening. All right, if we're trading this, oh, get rid of that. If we're trading this to the upside, similar, you know, situation here. We want this to break and then continue to the upside, but we've also got to mark up potentially this level here as well. All right, you know, so always mark up places where prices, you know, struggled. All right, so this will be my two scenarios here. I'd want to see a nice clean break. We're on a 2 hour here. I'd want to see potentially a 30-minute break, and then we could potentially take it down into this target here. If we move this over, nice 1 to 2. I'm thinking 1 to 2, so I'm thinking somewhere like this. All right. Obviously, you know, similar scenario here. All right. If we've got, you know, something happening here, then we're going to want to take it up here, but we're going to want to be aware of this level here. So potentially that might be a TP1, or, you know, stops to break even. Stops here. This could probably be a 1 to 3, this one, because it's a bit of a nicer place. So I'll be looking at these two scenarios here. All right. So what I like to do, you know, in regards to trading is I like to obviously highlight my areas. Yeah. All right. So entry areas. But then I like to cross off an area, all right? So we don't want to enter here because it's not telling us anything, all right? No entries here. You know, this would make sense. I always, you know, say as well, you want to be able to argue, not argue, but explain to, you know, someone why you've entered a trade. Now, if, for example, this pops up nicely, you know, you have, you know, some testing here, you go long, and then obviously it dumps to the downside. Even if this happens, you can explain why. All right, you could sit here like I have, you know, for a few minutes and obviously explain why you've entered this trade. And that is the importance of trading. It doesn't matter if you get it right or wrong, because we can work on your analysis. We can improve it. It is a point of, you know, you want to always make sure that you can explain what you are trading and why. So I'd probably favor this one as my number one, but then obviously we've got to be aware of this one. If dollar does, you know, strengthen, then, you know, number two would be our option number two. This one might happen today, maybe not. I mean, I'd expect this to probably happen tomorrow, either or. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. Make sure you write in the comments, you know, any criticism that you have, or you know, if you want me to break down any other pairs, I am happy to. So have a good one, guys.